So it's actually totally possible for you to pick the wrong IB subjects, and way too many kids do this. Top universities in the US care far more about what subjects you choose than most students realize. So in this guide, I'm going to be going through about 9 subject combinations which you can take based on the major that you're interested in. So by the time you're done with this video, you should be confident about what courses you need to take. If you think you're not, drop me a line, I'll help you out. And if you hang out till the end, I'll even give you a bonus of telling you what scores you need for which colleges, okay? So before we dive into the exact subject combos, let's talk a little bit about why it matters. So we're gonna go through economics, law, engineering, but basically what you need to do is prove that you care about those subjects. And the best way to prove that is the first step is what are the courses that you take, whether it's IB or A level. So your IB subjects are the first step to showing colleges that you're really, really serious about what your academic future is, right? Your subject selection tells colleges the answer to what do you want to study in college? What are you interested in? What have you done in the past that suggests you're ready to explore it, right? Your course choices help you connect the dots between your high school choices and your future goals, okay? So let's figure out what subjects top colleges actually want to see on your transcript and what IB scores can make or break your application, okay? And if you're aiming especially high, like trying to get into an Ivy League as an international student or even as a domestic student, this is one of the most important steps. Like I said, many students assume IB scores don't matter, but they do. Okay. By the way, I'm Tina Chulette. I am the founder of Ivy League consulting firm BlueSkies, and I have 100% success rate in matching students with great colleges in the US. I created this USA and domestic study abroad channel so I can share everything I know with you about how you get into your dream college, okay? So let's get started, right? Choosing your subjects is not actually rocket science, but I think that people feel especially confused about this, okay? A lot of it is frankly just common sense, right? So on a high level, you're going to take the course that most directly relates to your academic interest, right? So you can't take 0 math classes if you want to major in engineering, right? Common sense. If you're interested in selective colleges, you have to pick the harder class. So you can't say, I want to go to Harvard, but I picked the easiest math class, right? So you're going to pick Math AA over Math AI. All right, let's talk about the best IB subjects for business studies, finance, and economics, okay? So first, for the recommended high-level subjects, the HL subjects, so economics HL, strongly recommended, okay? It shows that you have analytical and business-related thinking. Math AA HL or Math AI HL, especially important if you're aiming for top colleges or business programs with like a quant focus, Wharton, NYU, STEM, LSE, right? Math AA is more rigorous and preferred if you're going to apply to the top 10, okay? Math AI is acceptable if you're more interested in the softer side of business, like management, marketing, general business, okay? The third course here is Business Management HL, not mandatory, but it shows that you have interest, right? So take this more if you're very interested. It doesn't carry as much weight because it's a lot easier than econ or math, okay? Now for your recommended standard level subjects, your SL subjects. So English A, SL, you need strong communication skills, okay? It's vital in business. Individuals and societies SL. So if you didn't take business or econ at HL, you should instead take them. But if you've taken them both, then take your individual and societies. And language B, SL is another subject that shows that you're interested in diversity, okay, for what you're doing. So overall, what does that look like? Here's your 3 subject combinations that I'm going to give you. Option A is for HL, take economics, Math AA, business management, and for SL, English, language B, individuals and societies, okay? Option B, if you want a strong quant and econ focus, go for HL, economics, Math AA, and English, and for SL, do business management, language B, and science, so like biology or ESS, all right? And for option C, if you want a balanced profile for business, okay? HL, Business Management, Economics, Math AI, and SL, English, Language B, ESS, or another Group 4 subject, okay? There are a few additional tips. If your school offers Global Politics HL, that could also be interesting if you're interested in international business, so consider that. Your extended essay should be in Economics or Business Management, and your talk essay and your CAS activity should reflect leadership, entrepreneurship, and ideally finance-related activities, okay? So let's go straight into talking about what are those subjects in case you're interested in any kind of engineering, okay? So HL, mathematics, because you need analysis and approaches. You want to take mathematics HL. It's the most rigorous math option. It's essential for all branches of engineering. It has calculus, algebra, proof-based reasoning. These are all foundational courses, okay? Physics HL. So it's core subject for mechanical, electric, civil, and aerospace engineering. It teaches real-world applications of forces, motion, energy, right? Chemistry HL, optional, especially if you're a chemical, biomedical engineer. And why? Because it's required or recommended for chemical or biomedical engineering programs, okay? It makes sure you understand molecular structure, reactions, materials, right? And optional is computer science HL. It's helpful if you're software, computer, electrical engineering. Again, logic, algorithms, programming. It's really good for tech-heavy programs, okay? For your standard level subjects that I recommend, English A, language and literature SL, okay? It's a balanced focus on reading, writing, argumentation. It's required by all universities, and SL is sufficient if you're interested in engineering, okay? Any second language for SL, okay, if it fulfills your IB requirement, pick a language that you're strong in so you can maintain your GPA. US colleges are again looking for global citizens, but it's not a main focus for STEM majors, okay? And then individuals and societies, a group 3, or economics or business management SL. Again, useful for engineers to be, who are interested in startups, product design, tech management. So SL, you can still keep the workload lower, but then you're still relevant, okay? So here's my 3 subject opportunities for you for if you want to balance STEM focus. Your first option is your HL, Math A HL, Physics HL, Chemistry HL. And your SL would be English A SL, Economics SL, and French SL, okay? Or any language, right? Option 2, if you're computer science engineering focused, for HL, take Math A HL, Physics HL, Computer Science HL. For SL, take English A SL, Business Management SL, Spanish SL. And for option 3, if you're looking for a lighter workload, but you still want to be competitive, for your HL, take Math A HL, Physics HL, Economics HL. And for your SL, take English A SL, Chemistry SL, and then Hindi or some other language, okay? Now, before we go into the next section for humanity combinations, just a quick note, if you're looking for more personalized guidance or you need a roadmap to navigate your admissions process, I have you covered. You can book a call with me and I will give you 30 minutes of free advice, and we can go deeper into whether you need personalized consulting, or you can check out my courses at a much, much smaller fraction of the price. And they basically give you everything you need step by step. So you don't have to search all over the internet for the information that you need. Free resources, free communities. It'll really help you understand everything that you need to know, okay? Back to our final kind of category here of humanities. So that's if you're interested for politics, history, English, all of those softer subjects that we group as humanities. So let's talk about the recommended higher level subjects for humanities. So English A, language and literature HL or literature HL. Why? Because basically it builds up your advanced reading, your analyticals, your writing skills. It's essential for all humanities fields, whether it's history, philosophy, literature, etc., right? History HL. Why? Again, excellent for developing critical thinking, essay writing, source analysis. It's highly respected by top universities, okay? And last is your economics HL. Again, it's great for students interested in politics, international relations, development studies. It combines theory, case studies, data analysis, okay? Or one more option is philosophy HL if it's available. It teaches argumentation, logic, ethics. It's really good for students considering law, philosophy, or critical theory. Another option is global politics, HL, if again available. Really relevant for students for international relation, political science, or public policy. Okay, so the recommended standard level subjects for humanities, math, because applications and interpretation is there. You can do Math AI SL, right? It's easier than Math AA. It covers real world stats, data analysis, and math that you need for social sciences. The second SL is second language, any. Language proficiency is going to be important in humanities. Choose a language that you're confident of and that can show global engagement. Next is geography SL or psychology SL. Offers useful context for international development, human behavior, urban studies. It's easy to handle at the SL level, but it's still relevant. So here are those 3 subject combinations I like to talk about. So the first one is if you're doing traditional humanities like history, law, English, HL, do English A, HL, history, HL, economics, HL. And for your SL levels, do math AI, Spanish SL, psychology SL. Option 2 is if you're more of like a poli-sci, international relations focus. So for HL, do HL, history, HL, global politics, and HL, English A. For SL, you can do Math AI SL, French SL, or Economics SL, okay? And the third option, lighter, strategic, more broad humanities, HL, do English A, Economics, and Psychology, all HL, okay? And for your SL, Math AI, Geography, and maybe like Hindi or some language, okay? So let's talk about that bonus, the minimum or average international IB scores that you need, right? So if you'll notice, they don't really print this. And if you're trying to build out a strand out application, you need to know what IB subjects are going to be contributing to your overall application, okay? So if you want to study abroad, finding the minimum or average IB scores is tricky, right? Because I said, colleges are not explicitly printing them, though they look at this very favorably because it's obviously at an international standardize your grades, and plus they're considered college level courses, right? So here's what I learned through my coaching about IB expectations. So your selective colleges, that's like any Ivy League top 10, 20, colleges that admit basically less than 20% of students, competitive IB scores are basically 38 to 45, okay? A strong mix of 6 and 7s, especially in your HL classes. Moderately selective colleges, so between 20 and 50% application acceptance rates. So Boston U, NYU, they want an IB score of 32 to 37, okay? And they want a mix of 5 and 6s in HL, okay? Your less selective colleges, the ones that apply more than 50% of applicants, so they're okay with scores of 28 to 31. But again, it depends on what your program is. It depends on your essays, your extracurriculars, your recommendations. And so if you are going for a very competitive program that has a much lower acceptance rate than their overall school, then the IB requirements you would have would be a little bit higher, right, than what it would not be. If you look real quick on the slide, I am giving you some of the scores that are sometimes printed, but again, this is all anecdotal, right? Because the schools themselves don't give us the data the way that they do for GPA, SAT, ACT. So it's based on what me or other counselors like myself see when our students get admitted, okay? So are you ready for the takeaway? So choosing the right IB subjects isn't about chasing prestige or piling on difficulty for no reason, right? It's basically aligning your interests and the academic story that you're telling. So whether you're aiming for business or engineering or humanities, your subject choices have to signal, I know what I'm studying and I'm preparing for it seriously, okay? And just like with your extracurriculars, the key is about being intentional, right? So you're not trying to do quantity, you're not trying to be random. It should be thought out and strategic, right? You guys know I love strategy. And remember, colleges don't just care about high scores. They want evidence of curiosity, commitment, challenges, right? So make sure that you know how academic officers evaluate all of academics. If you don't, check out this video, Why Perfect Scores Aren't Enough for Top Colleges. That'll give you what are the 4 pillars they look at, and only part of it is just grades, okay? Still, if you're feeling unsure, you want help, book your free college admissions consultation. It's in the link below. Else, if you enjoyed what you saw, this is a new channel. So guys, please subscribe, tell other people about it. I'll really appreciate it if you like what you're seeing. Stay in touch and I will keep on posting.